This European season has started remarkably well for Latvian clubs, with Riga, RFS and Auda winning games, securing valuable coefficient points, progressing further. Liepa were there too, but no longer are. Importantly, what that means is that RFS have all but certain secured participation in at least the Conference League stage, which means more great football for us this autumn, more great fans coming to support their teams, and that's just very exciting. Here at the Latvian Football Podcast, we are of course great fans of great football, but the second best thing in our list is that we love showing this wonderful country of ours to people who come and never seen it, people who come for the first time. That being said, I'm under no illusion that Latvia is perhaps not the best non-European destination, or even global destination for that matter. So, to combine the two, great football and exploring Latvia, I am on my way to meet a very special new friend of the podcast. People are often under the impression that Latvia is a new country, and yes, technically it may be so given that we only proclaimed our independence and then fought the War of Independence to protect it in 1918. Latvia is an ancient land. It's mentioned in Roman chronicles as a trading point for amber, as a point of origin for amber. It's been an important Viking point, both as a trading route and as a place where people came to pillage and came to pillage from. It was an important point in medieval history, and a range of Latvian cities were part of the Hanseatic League. The Curonian, Semigallian Duchy even managed for a brief time to become a colonial power. And colonial history is of course nothing to be proud of. It does show a range of ambition and outward perspectives that Latvia still inherits to this day. This of course changed after the Northern Wars fought between the Russian and Swedish empires, when Latvia became annexed into the Russian Empire. Even as part of the Russian Empire, however, Latvia maintained highest rates of literacy, highest rates of infrastructural development, and this maintained along with our northern and southern friends, Lithuania and Estonia, up until the proclamation of independence at the beginning of the 20th century. But the new friend of the podcast, who I'm going to visit, almost here now, will be able to tell this as well as I will, perhaps even better, as looking from the outside, sometimes you see things that are not necessarily obvious to someone who is from here, such as myself. In terms of football, Latvia went from being the least competitive league in Europe, with Skonto winning 13 titles in a row, to the most competitive league in Europe, with 3 different champions in the last 5 years. It is the youngest pro league in Europe many years in a row, and it's the only country in the region to qualify for a major European final tournament, which was the Euro 2004. Years of neglect and infrastructure followed, which resulted in our national team being quite a bit lower than it used to be at its height in top 40. But things are improving, things are getting reversed, and we should see the new generations of young Latvians cutting their teeth in the Virslīga also generate results on an international stage. If you are looking to visit for football, Riga of course is a great first destination. Yes, there are other fascinating cities and fascinating teams all over Latvia, but maybe on your first go you'd like to just see what's up, or maybe you're pressed for time and don't have the opportunity to travel around the country, although that is something that you're absolutely encouraged to do. Riga hosts 4 of 10 Virslīga teams. RFS, Riga FC, the oldest team in Latvia that is still currently active, Auda, and the youngest team, FK Meta. RFS of course will be the team best known to international visitors, perhaps because of their time playing in the Conference League group stages in 2022. Currently they have repeated history by going through the first qualifying round of Champions League, beating Northern Irish champions Larne FC. Riga FC will also be a name known to many people, as they are the club that currently inhabits the famous Skonto Stadium. They are the most valuable club in the region, which includes Latvia, Lithuania and Estonia, and also regularly play in Europe. They are also known as the big spenders in the local environment, and they often attract players otherwise not seen and not to be seen in Latvian, Lithuanian or Estonian championships. Auda are a club that has only recently returned to the Virslīga. They are part of a multi-club ownership scheme or something like that with Riga FC, and so also are making their way in international competitions lately. They're still a team that is growing and that is developing and rediscovering their traditions, but very exciting with football from them. And of course, last but not least, FS Meta or FK Meta, depending on your preference. They are not a team to be found in the top 5, but they are consistently ranked domestically and internationally as the youngest professional top flight team around, really. So if you're into scouting for new talent and watching diamonds develop and get polished, this is a team for you. Of course, there are many different reasons why you might be visiting Latvia, football related or not. Maybe you like to travel by means of football, which is a fantastic choice. Maybe you're here to support your team. Maybe you play Latvian team and Football Manager or something like that. These are all valid and great reasons to come here. But we want to make sure that whatever your reason for visiting, that you don't just come away with what you came here for. We would like you to discover something new, something exciting, and something enriching. And on this note, I have arrived to my destination, which is the Embassy of the United Kingdom to Latvia. So I'm here to meet a new friend of the podcast that I alluded to, the ambassador of Great Britain to Latvia, Paul Brummel. Why am I meeting him? He is the author of a Bradt Travel Guide to Latvia, which is a fantastic book that covers a lot of Latvia and the places that you should visit. Hello, Paul.
Dimitris, hello.
So tell us, why should someone come to Latvia and what can they expect here?
Well, it was wonderful to have the chance to research and write the Bradt Travel Guide to Latvia. Latvia is a terrific country. There are three different airlines serve Riga to London. It's easy to get to. Riga itself is just a beautiful city with a Hanseatic old city core, and then outside of that, lovely Art Nouveau architecture right around the city centre. But Latvia is far more than its capital. It has wonderful nature, 500 kilometres of coast, among that more than 200 kilometres of sandy beach. It's full of forest, covering more than 50% of the area. Got wonderful towns and cities, historic centres with Livonian order castles, the manor houses of German Baltic aristocracy, now serving as hotels and spas. So there's a great deal to see. It's a lovely country awaiting you.
Well, there you go. And to help you discover Latvia, we have 6 of Bradt Travel Guides. Bradt has been kind enough to give these to us, signed by the author himself, Paul Brummel, with your name on it. To find out how you can get your hands on one of these, follow us on social media, and good luck!